Okay, you may start now.
Hello and good morning to the examiners and to my fellow candidates. Today, I will be talking about one of the ways that government promote to prevent a heart disease that is the number one killer among Malaysians today. One of the ways is by keeping away from tobacco and alcohol. This is because, first, tobacco is a drug that is widely used among Malaysians, and one of the effects of tobacco in our body is that it constricts our blood vessel, and then it makes the blood flow harder. Okay, and then the second one is alcohol. Alcohol is one of the most consumed beverage and drugs among all the younger teenagers among Malaysians, due to the fact that it is illegal, mostly from the religious aspect. And then alcohol can make our body drain less water and cause us to pee more. This causes the blood to be concentrated, and then heart disease will take a toll to that person's body. Thank you.
Hello and good morning to the examiners and my fellow candidates. Today I'm going to talk about heart disease and prove that heart disease is the number one killer among Malaysians. This problem has become a main issue in our country for quite some times now, because the style we eat, and the government is trying to promote a new way and a new healthy lifestyle to combat this problem. Going to a regular checkup is among one of the most important thing and one of the ways to combat this problem. I think by going to regular checkup, you can make sure that you are in healthy condition. You can check your blood cholesterol. You can make sure that your body stays healthy, and of course you can get some advices from the doctor. Some advices of the doctor may come in. Doctor may advise you to eat properly, give you some tips on what food to eat, how many times you should eat, and what exercise you should do. And this is really important to combat this problem. Going to a regular checkup, you can also obtain many benefits from going to a regular checkup by, for example, getting advices and make sure that you are healthy. That's it. That's my point.
Okay, candidate C, you may start now.
Hello and good morning to the examiners and to my fellow friends. Today, I'll be talking about eating a well-balanced diet, which is a well-balanced diet in order to stay healthy and to combat heart disease, which is the number one killer among Malaysians. So, well-balanced diet is something that within the pyramid scheme, a pyramid food. You have to take a portion of fats, which is the lowest, and while the carbohydrates, which is at the bottom, the highest. So that when you have a balanced diet, you can stay healthy. Next, eating fats, you should reduce the intake of fats, particularly saturated fats. Saturated fats can clog the heart and clog your blood vessels, particularly if it clogs your heart, it can causes the heart disease. Because the pressure needed, because it will put on more pressure on your heart to pump more blood to all of your body. Next, vegetables and fruits. we also need to consume vegetables and fruit to get for a natural fiber. This will in turn give you a natural way to release all your waste. Release all the waste lah. And that's it.
Candidate D, you may start now.
Hello and good morning to the judge, to the examiners and my fellow candidates. Today, I will be emphasize the topic of heart disease, which is the #1 killer among Malaysians, and what is the best way to stay healthy while the government is promoting a healthy lifestyle to combat the heart disease problem. My point is exercise regularly. We should exercise regularly in order to improve health condition. When we exercise, we can regulate blood circulation efficiently, in which the fat and cholesterol in the blood vessel can be transferred efficiently in the blood vessel to the outside of body. When the cholesterol is not packed in the blood vessel, it may not block the blood vessel and may cause the heart disease, which is the blood cannot be pumped in the heart efficiently, and it will give the patient heart disease. Okay, next, my point is exercising regularly can reduce our weight. This process can burn fat and calories, which is reduce the weight that make the patient more healthy. That's my point. Thank you. To all the candidates, you may begin now.
Hello and good morning to the examiners and my fellow candidates. I think the best way to combat heart diseases is by keeping away from tobacco and alcohol. Nowadays, we can see that the government has taken many steps and many action to really stop the consumption and really reduce the consumption of tobacco and alcohol. We can see through social media and television that many advertisement about the consumption, the effects of tobacco consumptions to Malaysian and many more.
Yeah, but is it like the main cause of heart disease? Because in Malaysia, we rarely see a tobacco problem in our country, and mostly, we see some stories, some news about our diet, and our eating habits. So that is my point that I would like to discuss about the eating diet of Malaysia that cause the main causes of heart disease in Malaysia. Now, one of the point is that we eat regularly on carbs and fat, which is not bad if you consider it, but think of the new studies. Studies have shown that carbohydrate is the main and the most reason of obesity, and obesity can lead to heart disease and mostly heart failure, such as heart attack or cardiovascular, even though it's caused by fat. But the main causes of the fat accumulation is by the carbohydrate itself. So,
for me, I think regular health checkup is the most important way to stay healthy, to promote healthy lifestyle. Because some people they might not know that they have a problem with their body. By doing a regular health checkup, you may find new disease about yourself, something about yourself that a professional might detect, but you yourself cannot know.
yeah, because like a
But
regular
I agree with Aiman's point, which is eating a well-balanced diet. Because people nowadays in Malaysia, they always eat, and without thinking of the bad
and
side of
consequences.
eating. Yeah, bad
Yeah.
consequences. And when they eat too much and exercise less, so it will what coagulate the fat.
I think all of these factors contribute to the main to the reason why heart disease is one of one of the top killer among Malaysian. I do agree with Aiman because we can see evidence that Malaysia is currently one of the most Malaysian have been affected been affected by obesity, and one of the is the most obese country in Asia. And
Say that, but China is also one of the most obese country in Asia too, and due to the fact of large population and widely consumption of fast food, right? So for Malaysian, I think one of it that contributes to heart disease is also about the lack of exercise routine and habits among us Malaysian, right? Because like this is like the regular routine in our Malaysian daily life. We wake up, we go take breakfast, and then we go to work or to school, and then we just sit there in the workplace or just in the chair at school, and then until the evening, and then we just go home, eat, and then just do a regular house routine and just go to sleep. That is like all the thing we do for the straight 1 week of our entire
mean that our routine is not healthy.
yeah, and maybe one of the main causes other
Of
than
heart
diet.
diseases.
So
I think many people are not aware that keeping away from tobacco is really important because, for example, if a guy was diagnosed with heart diseases and the doctor asked him whether he smoke or not, and then he said that he does not smoke, maybe he don't realize that he's actually a secondary smoker.
oh yeah,
He doesn't realize that he's actually he does not smoke, but maybe people around his friend, his family smoke, and without realizing that his blood what we call that, his blood vessel has been constrained, and his heart has been working hard to pump all the blood. And I think maybe many people don't really realize smoking tobacco is one of the reasons.
yeah.
People nowadays, I think they were affected to heart disease because they are lack of exercises, and because people nowadays are too addicted to gadgets like smartphones, laptop. They just take a nap, wake up and then play their gadgets, and then take another game, eat, and then that's all they do in a day.
You're saying that maybe one of the reason that lack of exercising is actually one of the main contributing factors that Malaysian, one of the most heart diseases, is the number one killer among Malaysian. I do agree with your point that Malaysian are addicted to social media and they're addicted to gadget. I think the way we can really combat this problem, really remove this problem from Malaysian, is actually by going to a regular checkup.
But recently, we say about gadget, right? Recently, there's the emergence of apps that about health issues, so that Malaysians are more aware of their lack of exercising, lack of balanced diet, and everything else. So regular health checkup is the most important, as Anwar said. because we do realize about the consequences of our action, but we don't know the
way.
And if we have the disease itself, right?
right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Malaysia nowadays, in population in the world in general nowadays, are obsessed with looking good, getting fit, and most of the app and the exercising app, the health app, the running app, all contribute to healthier and more regular exercise among, especially among younger people. So, yeah, I agree about the regular checkup thing because most of regular person do not know about how if they have the disease or not in the first place, and the only way to tell is by going to a doctor and get them checked up. Yeah.
Getting a diagnosis, and the doctor may even give some advices to
Yeah.
really cure or maybe prevent this from happening.
Conclusion, the three of them was agree to say going for regular health checkups as the best way to
combat
heart disease.
Yeah.
While I choose the point of thinking about going to study alone.